Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today we are listening to the song She Used to Be Mine, performed by Sara Bareilles and Rufus Wainwright. Here we go.
It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me, that these shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention's sweet center. Still, I remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
Okay. I love this song so much. This is my first time hearing him, and I don't know that I realized that. I know a little bit about his musical background, but I've never actually heard him sing. And now I think I read at some point like he's even written a couple of operas. So this is, I might be talking a lot on this one. This is so refreshing. Like, his interpretation of this song is so refreshing to me because obviously we get to hear, the OG in a few minutes. And I adore like what Sara Bareilles did with the whole musical Waitress and her interpretation. And it's just so powerful. Since then, as with any long-running show, whether it was on Broadway or on tour, or you see a lot of summer like theater festivals do it, it sometimes feels like people continue to ask for more and more and more from this song. And there is a vulnerability and an intimacy in this song that I just think is magical. And it has been a long time since I've heard a singer really, I don't know if capture is the right word, but maybe embrace it. We'll see. I might be able to come up with a better way of saying that, but I find what he did so refreshing because yes, it's a big sing, and yes, there are a lot of emotions, but I think what is so captivating about what he's doing right now is there is this added layer of finesse and elegance that he's managed to incorporate alongside everything else. So we're going back. Just go back to the beginning. Here we go.
It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me.
There's this slight twang in his tone, which I don't know. I don't hear that very often in this piece. And so it's just so, I'm finding it so beautiful. But his phrasing is next level.
I don't recognize me.
Like, recognize me. Like, he really sings through a lot of these words, and even just the descending lines that I think sometimes get cut off or maybe become a little bit more abrupt. It's just so elegant the way he's performing this.
With these shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I.
How delicate was that? Listen to the way he sings "Not Anything."
It's not easy to know I'm not anything like.
There's just that slight moment of separation, and it makes your ears perk up. I love moments like that.
Like I used to be, although it's true, I was never attention's sweet center. Still, I remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tried.
I genuinely thought his mix was going to be a bit more on the brighter side, especially with the twang we heard at the onset of this. He just lets it open. It's such a full sound, and he utilizes slightly taller vowels here, and I just love how warm and enveloping it is. It's just such a beautiful tone.
She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help.
His vibrato is also very unique to me. It kind of reminds me of when you hear vibrato in flute. That sort of, there's an airiness and a slightly wider vibrato rate, but it's so consistent and so gentle the way he's doing it.
She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
The other thing I want to mention about, I don't know that I've heard, so the character is singing about herself, and so typically I'm always hearing a woman sing this song, but when you hear a man sing it, it kind of gives you the impression of, like a brother or a father or a friend, like someone who really sees a person as they truly are, and there's a sweetness to that interpretation just by having a man sing this instead of in this case, the opening at least. Now we get to hear Sara Bareilles, but yeah, I don't know, made me think. We're gonna keep going.
It's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door and carves out a person, makes you believe it's all true. And now I've got you, and you're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over, rewrite an ending or two for the girl that I knew was reckless just enough.
Hold on. oh my gosh, I have goosebumps. This is, I do want to talk briefly about Sara Bareilles because I have never featured her on the channel before. And shame on me because I think she is an underrated singer. I know it's always, saying the term underrated can be very subjective because, of course, there are a lot of people who know her and her work and like give her the respect she is due. But I think in this case, I'm saying underrated in that she's kind of flown under the radar for a lot of people. Like, and I even like think back to some of her earlier pop songs. Like, they were catchy and they were also beautifully written. But if you actually sit down, or even in the car, you try and sing along, I think that's the moment when you realize, oh my goodness, she has an incredible range and insane dexterity between registers. And it's deceptive because she also incorporates this gorgeous, full, velvety sound. And so when we're in mix, we expect a lot of people to either fully belt or to add a bit more brightness in order to get through that upper mix, like head dominant mix area. But she's just got a really special technique. So she's able to keep this full sound as she ascends. And, you know, we're hearing a bit of that now. I don't know if we're going to hear more of that. But on top of just being an exceptional musician, she's an incredible songwriter, obviously, you know, and then singer on top of that. I think maybe sometimes when people can just do so much, sometimes I don't know, take it for granted maybe. At least I feel like I did at times. And then anytime I revisit one of her songs or like the musical or I see a performance, I'm reminded of just how brilliant she is.
Now I've got you. You're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over, rewrite an ending or two for the girl that I knew was reckless, just in love, who got hurt, but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, growing stronger each day, till it finally reminds her to fight just a little, to bring back the fire in her eyes. It's been gone, but it used to be mine. Used to be mine.
I know we're so close to the end, but oh my gosh. What a brilliant duet. I mean, there was no concern for, I say no, there was little concern for, you know, timing variation and blending at the beginning of this. And so you just kind of are overwhelmed with this swell of beautiful sound, still able to differentiate between the two. And then when he pops into head voice, it's just incredible.
Rewrite an ending or two for the girl that I knew was reckless, just in love, who got
his phrasing is a bit more elongated, and it's just such a gorgeous pairing with what, like, the, you know, traditional timing of the song that we hear. They are, I didn't say that very well before when I spoke of timing. Obviously they're concerned with timing. They're still matching, like, melodically everything's going as it should with the timing, but just those slightly elongated phrases and little shifts in pronunciation, like, they're not super focused on blending in this moment, and I think it is incredible. I mean, it just really, we're already at sort of like the arc of the song, and so to have that swell, that additional sound be present, I think is that much more impactful. Oh, that's gorgeous. That phrasing shift there. There was a moment in there where his head voice shifted enough that it was giving me some slight countertenor vibes, and it's just like a little bit more press in the sound, but oh my gosh, what a last time, I promise.
She's messy, but she's kind.
She is lonely most of the time.
She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be
These are the moments that I get excited for. I haven't featured a ton of duets on the channel, but like, this was so special to me for a multitude of reasons. I'm thinking back to some of the other duets that gave me a similar experience. Lucius was one of them. Judy Garland and Barbra Streisand, Shoshana Bean and Cynthia Erivo. When you get two artists that are just so skilled in their craft, and it doesn't have to be the same skills, you know, they just have so much ability and talent and dedication and thought, and I say thought because it's very intentional, and it's just, I don't know how they decided on these particular harmonies or who would sing when, and just, you have to bring something to the table so that the other person can say, yeah, oh yeah, I love that idea, or oh my gosh, if you do that, then maybe I can do this. You know, it's like you elevate one another, and this is one of those moments. I just think this was so special. And, you know, Sara Bareilles, having written the song, performed it, who knows how many times, to still bring something new to this performance, I think was beautiful to watch. Not only something new, but also the words still, like she performed the words still with meaning. And I think it's very easy when you have to sing the same thing over and over again, to sort of lose that bit of intention, or maybe do it, I don't know, maybe just, I don't even know the word. It's like some phrase I'm thinking of, but just to kind of go with the motions as opposed to really digging in and finding that special spark for the performance every single time. When you have artists who are just already at like such a high level and then bring them together, it's just magic, and I love watching it. So I'm gonna stop there. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for this recommendation and for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.